We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us as a decentralized collective of hacktivists, known worldwide for our cyber operations against governments, corporations, and institutions we deem corrupt. We have consistently stood for transparency and accountability. Today, we bring you a critical warning about the collapse of American tourism that mainstream media refuses to properly address. With the decisions T is making, he's really just cooking this country. I mean this, we are barbecue chicken. Our status as the world's sole superpower is not long for this world, not even close. The dollar right now is the world reserve currency that keeps it strong. Everybody wants to trade in dollars. But that's also coming to an end at some point because T has proved over and over that other countries, they look at him and they go, you can't trust the Americans. They're too chaotic. They're too unstable. They're not true to their word. They violate treaties on a regular basis all willy-nilly. He changes his mind from one day to the next. He launches a trade war against his allies. He threatens actual wars against allies, right? Like Greenland and Panama. And the world looks at that and they go, okay, the American era is over. We have to make our own trade deals with each other and find a way to get by without them. And so from an economic perspective, he has isolated us from the world in such a short time frame. Just totally like people are just done with our shit already. They're just done. What's amazing to me is the right never thinks about this, never talks about this, never acknowledges it. It just happens and then they act like that's not happening. Like the world respects us now because of T. It's like, what fucking planet are you people living on for real? What planet are you living on? There are other downsides, too, to T being in power. And this one, I don't think it's talked about much. But man, it is a big deal. So look at this. The number of Europeans traveling to the U.S. has cratered under T. Year-on-year change in visitors to the U.S. by country of origin. So guys, look at this chart. First one is Austria. We were plus 20%. Now we cratered more than 20%. Denmark, we were plus 10%. Now we cratered minus 30%. Germany, we were plus 20%. Cratered to minus 30%. Iceland, same thing. Look, every country, you see the same thing over and over and over and over and over. There was plenty of European tourism to the US, and then now because of T, it's absolutely imploded. Now why would they feel this way? Why would they think this? Why would they hesitate to come to the United States? And there's a lot of travel warnings, travel advisories. Hey, careful if you go to the US. Why? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the government is now illegally, unconstitutionally rounding up random people and deporting them, and rounding up other random people and shipping them to a slave labor camp in El Salvador. Look, it's not like they're not even hiding it. There's no due process. There's no habeas corpus. There's no hearing. They round you up. They ship you out and they're done with it. And now we know even when the Supreme Court gets involved and says you have to facilitate the return of this person because they're innocent, they turn around and say, well, you said I have to facilitate it, but you didn't say I had to facilitate and effectuate it, so I guess it's up to President Bully if he wants to release him. And then they ask Bully, and Bully goes, I'm not going to make the decision whether or not to release him. And so, yeah, both sides saying we're not. We can't say whether or not he should be released. So they are disappearing people into a foreign torture dungeon, and there's no recourse. None, zero, zip, zilch, nothing. So if you're somebody from a different country, you look at that and you go, oh my God, I'm never going to the US. Why the fuck would I go to the US? I run the risk of, even if I'm there on a fucking vacation, I run the risk of, hey, you're not a citizen. We're going to round you up and ship you off to the slave labor camp in El Salvador. Like, this isn't fucking rocket science, bro. This is actually super straightforward. And these people T doesn't understand that he's literally destroying the economy for a generation. The US economy. And he's setting us up for some, like, Great Depression-like scenario. But he also doesn't understand that this was a place people wanted to come, right? They wanted to go on a vacation here. They wanted to see the United States. And now they're like, that's the last thing I want to do. I have zero interest in doing that. And so literally all of this is self-inflicted. Literally all of this is self-inflicted. And the consequences from what we're witnessing now will last a generation because let's say a Democrat is back in office. Other countries around the world are going to go, okay, but in 4 years it could be a Republican, and they'll just go back on whatever treaties they made with us or whatever trade deals they made with us. And why would we make a deal with America when we know they're not good for it? Because there's going to be another T clone at some point that gets in power, and they're just going to start ripping up treaties again, and they're going to launch trade wars again. And they're going to start deporting random people again. And let's not put ourselves through it. Let's stop visiting there. Let's stop trading with them. Let's fucking get off the dollar as soon as possible, because they're totally unstable. And they stab everybody in the back on a whim. Like these things have consequences, and they're so fucking stupid. They don't know or don't care, or both of those things. And they're just tanking us for the long term. They really are. So yeah, this is just the beginning. You think these numbers are bad? As time goes by, I think it's only going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. This is anonymous, and we are calling on you to wake up. Share this information and take action. Your country is being dismantled before your eyes. The economic consequences will affect everyone, not just the tourism industry. Share this video, raise awareness, and most importantly, vote like your future depends on it. Because it does. We are anonymous. We are Legion. Expect us.